What's going on, everyone? It's Yasser back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about cold emailing, everyone's favorite task. Everyone loves sending out cold emails, right? Not so much, I'm sure. We're going to be talking about why cold emailing is a strategy you absolutely need in your arsenal if you're looking for a job, okay? We're going to break down the reasons why cold emailing works, why you should incorporate it, and especially why it's so important when you are searching for a job. Now, if you want more resources on finding a job, if you want to work with me personally, check out all that information in the description. For now, let's get started right away. Now, what is a cold email? For those of you watching who might not be familiar with the term, a cold email is sending out an email to someone you don't know, someone outside your network. You might have heard of the term cold calling, which is essentially calling someone you don't really know. Now, I know most people, they don't really like the idea of reaching out to strangers, reaching out to people they don't know. It makes us uncomfortable, especially in society now where everyone kind of looks down on strangers, or maybe so many people are sending out marketing emails now, or you're getting spammed by all these different companies, and you feel like, okay, if I'm going to reach out to someone, it's going to feel really sleazy, or maybe they'll think I'm a terrible person, blah, blah, blah. And these are some of the things that I've heard from job seekers, which is why they don't go this route, okay? Now, I want to give you a perspective on cold emailing. You might think it doesn't work, okay? First of all, it does work. But even if you do it incorrectly, if you do a terrible job at it, there is still a success rate. And I'll give you an example, okay? You, at some point, or someone you know, has probably gotten one of those scam emails saying, hey, you just won $1 million, or you just won a new iPad, you just won this, just reply to this email with your details, or whatever, and that'll be yours. Obviously, these emails are not legit. They're meant to scam you out of your money. But would you believe the companies, well, I don't know if I could call them companies, the people who are running these scams make hundreds of thousands of dollars with these exact emails. Now, you might think, who is gullible enough to fall for these emails? Apparently, people are. Apparently, a lot of people actually take these emails seriously, okay? Now, if people who do these scams with these emails that you think would never work, if they can get them to work and they can make scam money off of it, which of course you shouldn't do, then if you send out a cold email that's well structured, that demonstrate the purpose of your email, then the chances of you getting a response are much higher. Now, why should you incorporate cold emailing? If you are networking, which I absolutely think you should, no matter if you're looking for a job now or you will be looking for a job later, you should always be networking. If you are networking, one of the tools that you will use to make that connection with someone you don't already know in a company you'd like to work for, one of those tools is going to be, you guessed it, a cold email. Meaning you're going to send an email to someone that you don't already know. This is the hardest step for most job seekers because they're so uncomfortable putting themselves out there. They're so uncomfortable reaching out to people they don't know. They feel like, what if they don't like me? What if they think I'm bothering them? I'm annoying them? And this is probably one of the biggest reasons I get. They think they're annoying people. Now, I want you to think about it like this. When people log into their email, especially their work email, they are used to getting tons of emails. If you are working a corporate 9 to 5, you're getting emails at some point or the other, and you're going through that email. The worst that can possibly happen if you email someone is they ignore your email. They'll ignore your email, or okay, let's go even worse than that. They might send you an email saying, hey, stop sending me emails. That's pretty much the worst. And 99% of people will just ignore your email if they're not interested in helping you out, okay? Now, how do you use cold emails for your job search strategy? Super simple. Suppose you're trying to use cold emails to develop a network with people who are in the industry you want to work for, in companies you want to work for, and you don't already know them. So you need to reach out to them to establish a relationship. What you will do, and this is what I recommend to my clients when I'm working with them, find people in companies that you want to work at. So for example, if you want to work at Apple, you want to work at Twitch, you want to work at Microsoft, any of these companies, that's where you want to work. Find people in the department that you want to work at. So for example, you want to work in, I've got a client looking for a job in business development in those companies. If you want to work in business development, you are going to find people in business development. Now, you can go to LinkedIn, you can find people there. You can go to the company database, you can find people there. You can just Google Microsoft business development team or staff, and they'll give you a whole list of people there. There's a variety of ways you can find it. By the way, if you want a full video of how to find these contacts, check the description. I've posted a full video there as well. Now, once you have these contact lists, once you have the people in the companies that you want to work for, here's where the cold email comes in. You are going to send them an email saying, hey, I noticed you are ABC at XYZ company. I'm currently doing research into roles in the ABC industry. So if it's business development. If I'm looking into HR roles, I'm currently doing research into HR roles. You will do that. And then you're going to send out your cold emails. Now, it's very important to remember the response rate you will get on your cold emails is going to be very, very low. There are certain things you can do to make it better. And one of the things is don't request them to do something for you in the first email. So a lot of people will say, hey, here's my resume. Please go through my resume. Please go through my LinkedIn profile. Please refer me. Please do this. They want to take and take from a complete stranger, right? And strangers are not going to go out of their way to do something for you if they have absolutely no idea who you are. Think about it. If you got a ton of emails from people asking you for a favor and you have no idea who they are, why would you do a favor for them, right? Instead, what you want to do is with your email, you want to make them sound like an expert. You want to make them sound like they're someone you look up to. Hey, I noticed you're a business development manager at Microsoft. I have a ton of appreciation for the kind of work you do. I'm currently doing research into the roles at Microsoft in business development or roles in the industry in business development. I think your insights would be extremely helpful to me. I'm hoping we can get on the phone and talk for just 15 minutes about your experience in ABC role at XYZ company. I hope that's okay. If not, that's totally fine as well. Please let me know. That's it. That's all you have to do. That template, just use that template and send it to a large volume of people because like we mentioned, not a lot of people are going to get back to you. And this is just statistics. Some people open their email, they forget about it. Some people just don't want to help you out. Some people have other more pressing things to do. Some people will maybe read it and they think, maybe this is a scam. There's a ton of reasons why they don't reply. So it's very good to have realistic metrics about how many people you should expect to get a return. To be safe, I like to measure it at 10%. So if you're sending 10 emails, expect one response, okay? And out of that response, maybe you'll get it on a phone call or not. But the idea is to find enough people in enough companies so that you have enough people to reach out to and therefore enough people to talk to. If you reach out to 100 people, and even at best, 10 people agree, okay? 10 people who are managers or whatever, and in some sort of a hiring capability, they work at companies where you want to work at. If you talk to 10 people after reaching out to 100 people, those 10 people, if they're responsible for making a hiring decision and if they have a role open and you talk to them on the phone, and you show them your personality, you network with them, you talk to them, you talk about them, their interests, you take a keen interest in their company. By the way, these are things that companies are looking for in future candidates. Someone who's really interested in the job, someone who does their research, someone who's really interested in the company. These are things people look for. So when you are demonstrating that by talking to someone on the team, you are networking your way into the job. Does that make sense, right? Because when you are showing someone who is in a hiring position that you are interested in what they do, if they have an opening, or even if they don't, they'll keep you in mind. They'll be more than happy to recommend you. Or if they're the hiring manager, they're the decision maker, they'll say, you know what, there's this role open, or there's this role that's going to be open in my company. I want you to go ahead and apply. I think you'd be a good fit for it. These are all the things I want you to keep in mind, okay? You're going to build that relationship with them, and you're going to build that relationship with enough people. None of this would have been possible if you did not send out that initial cold email. This is why the cold email needs to be an absolutely primary component of your job search. If it's not cold email, then it should be your LinkedIn connection request. By the way, never send a LinkedIn connection request without a note. Always send a note, because the chances of you getting accepted are just significantly higher when you have a personalized note attached. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are someone who is just applying online and that's kind of all you do, apply to a million places, and then you reach out to all the recruiters and they don't reply, I want you to forget about recruiters for now. I want you to forget about online jobs for now. Actually, you can use it for online jobs as well. Find hiring managers in companies you want to work for. Get advice. Maybe you'll actually get good advice like, hey, if you want this job, all you do is get this, get that, get this, and then get back to me. Because no one wants to give bad advice, right? And then you send out these emails to a ton of people. They reply. Of course, a small percentage of them will reply. You'll get on the phone with them. You'll network with them. They might recommend you to other people in other departments, maybe other people on their team, maybe other people in other companies. You never know. You kind of network your way all over the place. There's a whole spider network going on. That is how you network. Now, if you're applying for a job, you can always apply, and then you can find these hiring managers and send them another email saying, hey, I saw this position, ABC. I just wanted to know from you what you're looking for in a good company fit. By the way, just in case you want to have a look, here is my resume attached. I'd love to get on a quick phone call to talk more about it if you are interested. That's all you have to do, and that's all from cold emailing. Guys, I hope I've convinced you to incorporate cold emailing into your strategy. I know it's really scary when you're starting out, but believe me, most of the interviews that my clients have come from either cold emailing or from LinkedIn connection requests. Again, if you want to learn a lot more about how to do this in detail, if you want to work with me on my program, check out the results I've gotten from my clients. And if you want to work with me, you can find all of that information in the description below. I also have some other free resources like a free resume template or whatnot that you can check out. Guys, if you found this helpful, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what else you want me to talk about in future videos, and I'll make that video. Till then, guys, stay positive. I know it's a pretty rough climate out there. Eventually, something good will come your way, okay? Up until then, take care of yourself. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.